Hi everybody. Well, it's not like I'm spoony or anything, so it's probably pretty pointless to make a video about the fact that I've been sitting here not making videos and why that is. I'm sure that new YouTube people appear and then vanish mysteriously off into the ether every day and nobody ever gives a shit. But you know, I like making internet videos, and here I am, so why not? So it's been like months and months since I actually posted a video, which is a shame because when I started I was doing them every week like clockwork. I try to be big on dependability when I put something online, but it doesn't always work out. There are some good reasons why I haven't done a video in months. The first was that I was really hoping I would be able to afford a new camera, which, as you can see, I never did. That had a lot to do with the second reason why I haven't posted anything, which is because this summer I was actually in Europe working on my master's degree. Which, now that I think of it, sounds a lot like the plot to a sexploitation comedy. But since I am not actually a sex studies student, it was less with fucking secret agents and more with crawling around in the most horrible clay you can imagine, digging up a Lucanian pottery factory, which was days and days of insanely hot, boring, hard work that just destroyed my back and ruined my fingernails and gave me the most terrific sunburn, and it was awesome, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So yeah, that kept me pretty busy. Another reason is that when I look at my old videos, like I do have, I think, two and a half, because one's not edited, armchair critic videos on my hard drive that I could post. But when I look at the old ones, I was really fat in those videos. And I don't really think I want to put that online. Like, the internet doesn't need to know how fat I used to be. So, yeah, there's that. There's also the fact that the critic thing was not as funny as I hoped it would be. It just doesn't live up to some of the other stuff that's out there. Like, why would you watch this when there's, like, the cinema snob who is 100 times funnier than I will ever be, and stuff like that. So I think I need to... Okay, so that's how much video my camera can take. There's another reason to get a new camera. This one can only take, I don't even know how long that was, I haven't checked yet, but it can only take that much video. It did give me time to get a cup of tea. This stuff is David's Tea Turkish Delight, which is one of the most delicious things ever conceived of by man. Let me just... where is it? Here we go. It's got like pistachios and almonds and Turkish apple tea and stuff in it. It is so good. Right. Where was I? Okay, yeah, I think I need to be funnier. I need to learn to act. Maybe I should do a British accent. That might get the snobby critic thing across a little better. Oh dear, yeah, you know you've been talking to the internet too long when your screensaver comes on while you're filming. So, yeah, that's why I haven't made more videos. I'm maybe going to get back into it, or at least try, because I do have an insanely huge collection of these bizarre old movies that are so hilariously meaningless that I love the idea of trying to extract feminist messages out of them and stuff like that. Okay, so just to try and give this video a bit of a point, while I'm here, I want to tell you about two things that I love that you've probably never heard of. Well, the people who watch this video will have heard of them because I'll like put the names of them in the keywords and people will search and find them and go, hey, I've heard of those aren't that obscure. But you know, most people have never heard of these things. So the first is this movie, which is called The Valley of Gwangi, which also sounds like the title of a sexploitation comedy. But no, this movie is awesome. I picture the pitch for this movie, and there's this guy who goes into a producer's office, and he goes, "I have 2 words for you, man: cowboys and dinosaurs." And the producer looks at his assistant and goes, "Cut this guy a check, because cowboys and dinosaurs is awesome." So this is a movie about people who work for a circus in turn-of-the-century Mexico, and they are led by a troupe of gypsies. This movie also has a doomsaying old... There it goes again, right in the middle of one of the awesome parts. It has a doomsaying old blind gypsy woman and her seeing eye midget. That is awesome! But yeah, they're led by a troupe of gypsies into this forbidden valley where there's all these dinosaurs, and they capture Gwangi the Allosaurus and bring him alive back to civilization to show off in their circus. And you can all imagine how that goes down. Oh boy, there's like fire and destruction and dead midgets everywhere. The special effects are by Ray Harryhausen, who is, of course, as everyone knows, a fucking genius. I love Ray Harryhausen movies like this. Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which has this great like cyclops, and there's a dragon, and oh, it's awesome. And of course the original Clash of the Titans. Like, why would you even watch a CG Clash of the Titans starring the guy from Avatar? Like, why would you do that when there's this version with all the neat stop motion-y critters and the 80s hair and oh geez, just piss on it, Hollywood, why don't you? I don't get that. Yeah, Jason and the Argonauts, I'm not terribly fond of the story, but oh yeah, it's got the Hydra and the skeletons, and of course there's 20 million miles to Earth with the nifty Venusian creature that yeah, that movie can be hard for me to watch because I love Rome so much. Like, Rome is my favorite city, and just seeing this critter going in and like knocking down the Temple of Saturn and the military having to blow up the Colosseum to destroy it just breaks my heart. I mean, this is how New Yorkers must feel watching movies in which a monster destroys New York. Well, maybe they don't. Maybe even New Yorkers love seeing New York get destroyed. I wouldn't know. I only know one New Yorker, and I've never asked her about that. But yeah, Valley of Gwangi, awesome movie. I actually saw it for the first time at the zoo when I was like 8, and I didn't catch the title at the time, and I'd been looking for it for years and years, and I finally found a clip on YouTube. So thank you, YouTube, for this piece of my childhood. I love this movie so much. The other awesome thing that I want to show to the internet is these comic books. Batman fights the Predator. How cool is that? These I got at a convention a couple of years ago, and they were like all packed up in the plastic and whatnot, but I am just not that kind of nerd. Like, if right, note to self, need new camera. But yeah, if I'm gonna buy a comic book, like, I'm gonna read it, man. Especially when it has Batman fighting the Predator. Like, people would buy that and never read it? What's wrong with them? Don't they have any sense of awesome? So, yeah, these are so great. Like, it is, you know when you see, like, versus movies, like Freddy versus Jason comes to mind, where you're going, oh, it's going to be so awesome, but you know in your heart that Hollywood is going to screw it up because they can't kill off either combatant without pissing off half the fan base they're going for. So it always turns out to be really lame. The people at Dark Horse Comics know better. So this is every bit as awesome as Batman fighting the Predator is in your imagination. I promise you that. So yeah, this is great shit. Look this up. And hey, if you happen to be in Canada, look up David's Tea Turkish Delight, because it's awesome too.